How can you have more charisma? Be more concerned about making others feel good about themselves versus them making yourself feel good. Dan Ryland. The art of charisma is a tricky one. Whenever we see a girl or a gal at an event, we look at them and say, there's something about them that makes them special, that makes them charismatic, but I can't put my finger on it. But for some reason, I want to take what they have, put it in a box, and give it back to me. That is the art of charisma. It's something we all desire, but it's still a mystery, which is exactly why in this week's episode of MasterTalk, I'm going to teach you 3 easy ways on how you can be a bit more charismatic. So let's get into it. Number 1, charisma is about energy and presence. Think about every single person you've interacted with in your life that you haven't forgotten after so many years. What is it about them that makes them feel so special, that makes them feel unforgettable in the way that you lead your life? And the difference, in a nutshell, is energy and presence. Let's say you entered a conversation with somebody and they sounded like, yeah, hi, how are you? Yeah, I hope you're doing well. That energy is not going to help them stand out. Energy and presence is all and most of charisma because it's the way we engage others. It's the way that we tell other human beings that, hey, we're alive, we're positive, we're energetic rather than draining, rather than dull, rather than inattentive, and people that we clearly want to run away from. So which decision will you make? Will you show up in your life in a way that's, well, dull, not ready for life, or a bit more energetic? And that doesn't mean, by the way, that you need to be crazy like me and saying, hey, how's it going? And being all energetic. But if you're introverted, it also means just smiling a little bit more, asking them how their day is. It's the energy that you exude. It doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to be alive. So always be aware of your presence, about the way you show up, about the way that you are in front of other people. And I think you'll get 80% of your charisma sorted out. Number 2, charisma is one's powerful understanding in oneself. Ralph Lauren put it best. He said, personal style is walking in one's sense of self and belief in oneself every single day. People who are charismatic believe what they do. They have strong values. They're excited to be alive. They know exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it. So whenever they approach somebody else, they're not focused on having all the attention because they're full inside. So they ask you questions about your life. They focus on you. They make you feel like the most important person in the world because they already have everything that they need. And that's the secret behind charisma. If you want to be more charismatic, there's a more important question you need to ask yourself, which is, who are you? And what do you stand for? So here's an exercise that you probably didn't expect from this video. The key to being more charismatic, surprisingly enough, is to ask yourself one hard question about life every single day. Questions like, who are you? Questions like, who I want to be? What do I actually value? What's important to me? And recommunicating that to the world. And as you understand yourself bit by bit, little by little, as the days go by, you'll start to feel a sense of confidence and enthusiasm about what you're doing and how you're showing up for others. And once you get to that place, it's going to be much easier for you to make other people feel like they're the most important people in the world. Number 3, charisma can be expressed in an infinite amount of ways, and that is the beauty of it. Look, at the end of the day, not everyone will find you charismatic, and that's okay. What you want to focus on is how can you make yourself the best individual possible so that you're as charismatic as possible for the vast majority of people. And that's the idea you want to focus on. And through that charisma, you'll be able to garner more interest and get more people excited about who you are and what you're up to. And this is why I recommend that in your journey to figuring out who you are, as you ask deeper and deeper questions, you'll start to realize very quickly that there's individuals in life you want to be charismatic for, and others in your life that are tiring you out, that are causing you a lot of trouble, that are draining you energetically. And then you'll realize that, wait a second, another big piece to charisma is hanging out with other charismatic people, people of higher levels of energy, people who love to socialize, people who love to listen and focus on other people and their benefit. And as you start to do that, your charisma will also start getting better over time. So understand that charisma is a prism, and figuring out which prism works best for you, whether you're a bit more introverted or extroverted, you'll find the exact person that you can admire and mirror off of and be as charismatic as they are over time. How can you be more charismatic? The key, as Dan says so well, is to make other people feel like they're the most important people in the world. The lesson I would love to leave you with is the following. Uniqueness is the key to charisma. The more unique we are, the more we embrace the uniqueness that we already are, this is how we become more charismatic. But here's the problem. Most of us don't want to embrace our uniqueness. We want to fit in. We want to copy what other people do. But when we start to focus on what we actually value, what we actually care about, whether it's karaokeing in 8 different languages, being a big fan of Justin Bieber, or dancing alone in one's basement an hour a day, all 3 things that I happen to do, when we start to embody those things that make us unique, we can also communicate them in a public eye in a way that's perfectly normal. And when you get to that place where you're so comfortable in your skin, only then will you begin your journey to being more charismatic. As always, if you enjoyed this week's episode of MasterTalk, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well to see more videos like this. And if you know one person who's looking to be a bit more charismatic, send them this video so that they'll be one step closer to mastering their talk. Take care, everyone, and see you next time.